as promised, I'm going to do a natural nail manicure for those of you at home that have just taken off your acrylics, and show you exactly what to do and to keep them looking good. So let's get started. So I have nail polish on, of course. I'm going to remove that now with pure acetone. Nail polish remover has extra ingredients in it to help stop, drying out your skin and everything. So that takes a little bit longer to take polish off. If you want polish removed quickly and efficiently, just use pure acetone. Just with some cotton wool. Doesn't need to be a lint-free wipe at the moment. You see how quickly that comes off. And it's got a base coat, 2 coats of colour and a top coat on it. Always do the end. Now this one might take a little bit longer, it's got a bit of glitter on it. So I'm just going to hold the soaked cotton pad on that glitter for a little bit and then give it a rub. And as predicted, it's not coming off as easily, so let's just put that against there and give it a bit of a scrub. Now please make sure that you've got a paper towel and a towel to protect your table. These ones here are plastic backed. You can pick them up, or you can get those puppy training pads. They're always good as well. They've got the same sort of stuff, the plastic back and the paper towel top. Okay, so it's come off pretty cleanly. Now that cotton pad is pretty soaked with product, so I'm going to use a new one for the other hand. And what I'm doing as I'm twisting, I'm pulling down the nail and then I'm doing the edge. So now we have naked fingers. We are going to work on our cuticles to begin with. I'm going to use a cuticle remover, and these come in creams, lotions, balms, anything. So this one here I'm using is the Illumi brand. Illumi. And this is by Hawley. And I'm just going to place that on there, massage that into the cuticles. Of course, if we were doing this to a customer, we wouldn't use the same bottle and dip in. We would use a separate brush and we would pour a little bit of this into a small dish, making sure our product stays completely sanitary, free from any pathogens. Now, because I'm only using it on myself here, and it's just my little bottle, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to let that penetrate and soak in, and I'll do the other hand. Now the idea with this one is to actually lather it up to a, what do you call that, a sudsy finish. So making sure it gets right up into those corners of the cuticle. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our cuticle pusher. This is one type of cuticle pusher here. Or we can use an orange wood stick, which looks like this. All you want to do is push back the cuticle. I'll get nice and close for you. Okay, be very gentle, because you don't want to break the seal between the cuticle and the natural nail, because that will let in any bacteria or pathogens. Say you're out in the garden, if you push this cuticle back and lift it, or cut it away with your cuticle nippers, which is what a lot of people are doing these days, you're basically taking away that gasket and it's opening the door for infection. So people, please treat your cuticles nicely, don't chop at them. So now that this is all soaked in, we can then scrape away any excess, which I've just recently done a manicure to myself, so it's not that bad for me at the moment, so I'm just going to push that one back a bit. Oh, sorry, just bumped the camera. I'll try and stay in focus. Just gently scraping that cuticle away. Okay, so I'm going to use the 240 side only on the natural nail. Do not use anything larger than a 240 grit. So anything larger in particle size. So it's a bit confusing, but the larger the number, the finer the grit of the emery board or file that you're using. So what I'm doing is, let me get it back into focus. Okay, so when I'm shaping the nail or taking it down, using the seesaw method is quite okay. And then when I finish off, I go one direction and then the other. And that helps to take any fibers off and tidy up those ends. As a general rule, the shape of your cuticle is what the shape of your free edge should be. Okay, I'm back after shaping this hand as well. I've made them the same length. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my nail brush, good old-fashioned household nail brush, and I'm going to go to the sink and use some warm soap and water and give my nails a good scrub with my nail brush, and I will be back. Hi, I'm back. This is the little nail brush I was talking about. All I've done is simply scrubbed with soap and warm water, scrub my nail underneath and on top. Scrubbing on top also removes any of the cuticle remover that you've got on your nail, as well as any excess cuticle that's just sitting on the top that needs to come off. And now they're all clean, ready for some polish. The secret is not to buff the top of the nail to keep it nice and strong. You want it natural. I'm going to check my cuticles just to make sure that I don't have any hangnails that I'm going to pick at, like so. I've got a little one there, as you can see. So I'm just going to take my cuticle nippers and I'm going to nip that cuticle off like that, just before it becomes a problem and I end up ripping it all the way up here. Take our isopropyl. This is a little trick to keep your nail polish on longer. You want to slightly dehydrate the nail because the natural nail has oils that come through the top. That's why they're nice and shiny. So we're going to take a lint-free cloth and a bit of our isopropyl. Now the isopropyl helps to dehydrate the natural nail and also helps to get rid of any bacteria or pathogens sitting on the nail plate. And I'm going to take a base coat from the Jessica range. When painting your nails, always come down the middle and then down each side. Cap the end. We've got our base coat on ready. Then you're going to pick a favourite colour. See if I can get in focus there. Just cap that edge. As you can see, I've got a little bit on the cuticle. I'm going to pick my orange wood stick up again. Just take that off while it's still wet. So once you've got one coat on, allow enough time for that to dry. It's usually okay to go back and start again once you've finished the last finger. So always get plenty of polish on your brush. and then wipe away. And then you end up with a bead. Where are we? You end up with a bead on one side of your brush. Can you see that if I turn that around? Of course, you're on top there. I'll just turn that around. Can you see that bead? And we're going to use that polish to polish with. So we wipe away, and I'm out of focus, there we go, and place on the nail. Always dip into the polish for each nail. So I've just gone through and polished all my nails. Now I'm just going to clean up any little bits that I've squished. Now the top coat that we're going to be using today is the Jessica Phenom Final Shine. Phenom polish is high gloss and it's a quick finish top coat. Put a nice coat on, I've got too much there, and just make sure that you cap that free edge to finish. And just put another top coat over the top each day if you remember. That will keep your polish on longer and protect your nails a little bit more. So when we have got a bit of polish on the finger, what we're going to do is we're going to take our orange wood stick, grab your cotton wool and pop the orange wood stick there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a bit and I'm going to twist it. And you're probably saying, why don't you just use a cotton tip? Because a cotton tip isn't as fine as that. So now we're going to pop that in our acetone. Pick up some there. Now I don't want to go swamping it because it'll take off my polish. So I'm going to load it up with acetone, but then I'm just going to dab off a little bit onto the thing just so it's not completely soaked. Now once you've used it, you can then just slide it off and take another new piece. Sometimes a little bit of moisture helps to spindle it back on. And just take that off. Just be careful if you're going to do this around the edge that you don't actually, let me see if I can get that into focus, that you don't go onto the top of the nail where you've capped it, otherwise it'll be all gone and it won't be protecting your nail. Sometimes this can be easier to do once the nail polish has completely dried as well. And do that to the other hand. So I'm back. I have finished my other hand. The nails are dry. I've gone round with my cuticle stick with my little bit of cotton on the end and removed any polish from around my cuticles. They are all finished. Now what I'm going to do now is to put the nourishment back into my nails. I'm going to grab some cuticle oil and just pop that around the edge. You can be liberal with this. And then rub it in. Give it a good rub. Massage those cuticles. This is where the nail grows from, back here in the matrix area. So the more you massage that area, the faster your nails will grow. And then finish off with some lovely hand cream. Today I'm using the Jessica Hand and Body Moisturising Cream. And when you do, turn your hand over and rub it in that way so it soaks into the skin that needs it. seal done. Home manicure. Have a good day, and I'll see you again soon for the next video. Bye.